Good morning, River Park Church. As I'm recording this, the sun is already streaming through the windows before 7 a.m. and the blank walls of Kaylee and my new home. And if I move to the side, you can see, you can see my chai tea, but also that there are still some boxes left for us to unpack in our new home. Last week I was on vacation, and Kaylee and I spent most of that week in our home. Likewise, with the new provincial restrictions, I'm working from home this week. Now that we've been in this pandemic for a year, I think probably all of us have had time off and special occasions, birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, other things that have been spent within the walls of our homes rather than with others, rather than in places or with people that we'd rather be. And it can feel a little futile. But given that tomorrow is Ascension Day, I want to reflect for a few moments on the words of the Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians 15, where he says that if Christ has not been raised, your faith is futile, and you're still in your sin. Now, there's two things we can take away from that. The first is the most obvious, that if Christ has not been raised, then our faith is futile. And if Christ has been raised, Paul says, then he is the first fruits of all of us who have fallen asleep. But the second thing we can take away from Paul's words in 1 Corinthians 15 and from other passages in the New Testament about resurrection and the ascension of Christ is that the thing that makes our faith important and valuable is at its core the resurrection and the ascension of Christ. That the locus of our faith, the linchpin of our faith, if you will, is not an internal reality for us as Christians, but rather an external one. What that means is that even when our faith feels futile, even when life feels difficult, we don't look to ourselves or to our own feelings for ultimate purpose or for ultimate understanding or value in our lives. We look to Christ. And so I want to encourage you this morning to ask yourself, where are you looking for ultimate value? Are you looking for within yourself, or are you looking to Christ? And as you look to Christ, as you look to Him as the first fruits, what are you seeing? And what are you hoping for? Our resurrected and ascended Lord, Paul says, is the first fruits, which means that what Christ has and who He is also what God will give us, and who and much of who God is making us to be like Christ. So let's fix our eyes on Him this morning, even as we continue to face some significant and very real difficulties in our world. Hope to see you Sunday as we continue the rebuilding series, and we'll continue these video pensées as well going forward.